Okay, hey everybody. It's obviously BDevine. I hope you've made some choices here. Just one sec. I hope you've made some choices. You can use number 1, number 2, or number 3, or all of these messages today. These are, well, this is a reading that's directed with, why have I got this plugged in? Just 1 minute. This is a reading that is about what your future self is saying to you, okay? So it's going to be deeper messages. This is number 1, and number 1 has a beautiful fluorite, okay, which really just activates a lot of different healing points in your life. It's really good for animal work as well. So that's number 1. Number 2 is a phantom Lemurian, okay? So this really pulls up some extra hidden things, hidden doorways into your future, and hidden things that need healing as well. So that's for number 2. And I'll reveal what these cards are later. And number 3, we have a beautiful moonstone, okay, which connects with your intuition. It connects with the moon, of course. And when I really want to be nice and clear, I like to use my moonstone or wear them as well. So we're doing messages from your future self, okay, which is going to be very, very helpful. Obviously for the future. So, right, just 1 moment. Sorry. Everything is filmed live, although it's not listed, right? So I film it, and that way it's just much faster on the upload. Okay, so that's number 3. This is number 2. And so we're focusing on number 1. And we're also going to have some other little messages coming in as well. Just 1 minute here. Okay, so thanks again for being here. We are also going to have, what else are we going to have in it? We're going to have my little, you might not have seen these for a while, my dragon sigil cards. These are symbols you can draw to activate the things that are on the card. You can screenshot it, whatever it is that you need. So starting off with number 1, these are going to be messages from your future self, your spiritual light team. Everybody is connecting with you for this reading today. So let's see what your first message is. Meetings, business. You are ready for new activities, surprising outcomes. So you could draw this symbol here if you wanted to have new things coming in, if you wanted to have business connections or meetings, and connecting with the silver dragons. This one is called Lionel. And you would use this also to be ready for anything, to be ready for those changes, right? To be ready for those shifts as well. The letter R might also be significant with this, okay? So you have, if you want to do dragon work with me, there is a link, okay? I really recommend the 4-week or the 4 sessions working with the dragons. I am also creating a introductory course, okay? So that's coming up real soon, everybody. What else? Number 1. Good fortune, happy news from a distance, unexpected event which brings blessings. So these are the white dragons bringing in the good luck charm. Now, whenever I mention a color, so silver here and white, imagine that that particular dragon is, its fire is those colors. Those colors are not dangerous, or it's not going to burn you, but this is about cleansing away the things that are in the way of that which you are desiring, right? And cleansing and clearing your energy field or blowing that particular fire into your future, right? Because things are coming. If you want this good fortune, this is the symbol for it, okay? These are channeled symbols. And, you know, when I do healing with you in particular, I have learnt that I will channel a symbol that you can use as well. Okay, so number one, these are messages from your future self, okay? So let us begin. This is the Gregory Scott Tarot that you've chosen. Future self, messages for number one. I appreciate everybody's comments as well and telling me what it is that you would also like to see, learn, or be a part of. Tarot course is available. I'm actually going to make it as a subscription, so it's less expensive and the upfront. So let me know if you're interested in the tarot course and I'll make this happen. Oh, here we go. Okay. What is your future self directing number one to? Yeah. Okay. So the vibration here is, you know, you might have been very much focused, number one, on business and success and what's happening and what's the future going to be with regards to money and, you know, how you're faring. Your future self wants you to know that you need to change something about your current trajectory. I feel like this is also saying to you that there is a vibration here of you're missing a key element to your future success, and you've got to work out what that is. It's something about not wanting to upset any apple carts, or you're not wanting to upset people, perhaps. This is an emotional connection to pleasing, or it's an emotional connection to wanting to be liked, and so therefore you're not exactly saying what you need to say. And there is a deeper message to that as well. So this is something that I've also had to deal with and gone through a shamanic death about it. When you go through a shamanic death, boy, all kinds of things are happening to you and you feel completely alone, like you feel lost, you feel gone, you don't want to do things anymore, and you really get brought into an emotional energy of where you are failing somewhere. And it's not a punishment to you, but it's an awakening for you. So although you have the ability of being and having everything that you're desiring, there is a deeper dive that is needed into the obstructions of your mind and where it can obstruct your progress, and then you get frustrated. Okay, so you know that, and if we know that, we are always supported and guided. You might think, well, how come some people seem to be guided and supported more than others? And they have if they are in a position of prosperity, it's because they have decided that that is their that is their mission, right? So nothing stops it. So where there is a vibration for you, number one, of being so capable of whatever it is that you set your mind to, like you're so good at things, there is still that block within yourself to break free into the world, right? It is a deeper block. It's a sensitive block. It is a fear of not being successful unless you are helping everybody or doing for everybody. You feel like you're going to lose people if you're not the one doing, or you're going to lose contracts, or you're going to lose people's respect. And it's actually quite the opposite. So when you lose the fear of not succeeding because you're not giving everything of yourself, that is the key to your mastery. So it's the key to your forward movement, your abundance. Everything you're looking for comes when you stop catering and actually trusting that by setting up proper boundaries, you're going to be successful, not the opposite. Okay? Your higher self says you're going to be so pleased, okay, with the results of pouring out your emotions and pouring out the reactions you have and sitting with the energy and diving deep with things that you want to close off in your life. Your higher self says that you need to, or even your future self is saying that you need to focus on things being brand new every single day. Things being brand new, you being on top of everything, not scraping and scrimping and focusing so hard on lack, right? And allowing your true, because this is your true energy right here, allowing your mastery to shine, right? Your true self. Look how happy this energy. Look how protected. 2 feet on the ground, 2 feet on the throne, sitting tall, okay? You know it all. Abundance is drawn in. This guy's not even doing anything, and the abundance is literally drawn in, okay? Drawn towards you, attracted towards you, because you're not doing that same thing anymore. So your future self is already this, okay? This is your future self. Happy, secure, proud, capable, attracting abundance on all levels. Why? Because you figured out where you were going wrong. We all have to figure out where we're going wrong if something's not working, right? And as I often say, if you are dealing with a business, right? Let's say that your name is the business, okay? You as a soul is the business. If you were having a meeting with your staff and sales weren't working, okay? Would you keep on doing the same thing with your sales team? Nope. You would change stuff around, right? If you weren't getting enough exposure, right? Would you keep your marketing team doing the same crap? Nope. Things have got to change. So as you would adjust a business, if you can see yourself as a business and see yourself as what needs adjusting, having a staff meeting with yourself, right? Cutting off the things that aren't working and being honest with yourself about it. It's okay to want to help everybody. I get it. Honestly, I do. Right? But if you're doing it because you're in fear that by not doing it, you're not going to be successful, okay, it's not working for you, so you got to stop doing it. This is where you want to be. Okay, the road to this is in self-evaluation. Your future self says you already stepped into it. Look at you, right? You've already got it. So making these adjustments. You have skills that you're not using as well. You have things that you're not tapping into. You have a lot of healing energy within you. You may be looking outside of yourself for healing. Now, it's one thing to ask for help, okay? It's another thing to expect a healer to just be able to fix you without you understanding what needs to be fixed and why. See, this is the difference between the light leaders, is that there is a method that's in place to understand you on a deeper level and to evaluate what things need to change from within you, so that if they come up in your life, you can go, hey, I'm doing that thing again. That didn't work well for me last time. I can fix it. Okay? Now, energetically, if there's a whole lot of stuff around you, that's the healer's thing to do. Okay? And to point out, or what I do is point out the psychological, emotional, issues that are repeating themselves and causing your body to go through discomfort. And then when those things are pointed out and laid out to you, then you have like an access point that you can go back over things and go, okay, I'm repeating that stupid thing again. I'm activating my healing again. So looking at things in a deeper way, uncovering skills, okay, seeing yourself in fulfillment and understanding the patterns that happen to you when you're not doing that. This is the goal. This is the goal. They're both there. The fulfillment of your highest hopes starts now. Recalibrate. Okay? Bring yourself more into alignment with what you know you're doing. And be honest with yourself. Remember, your dragons are right here working with you as well. It's all happening now. Accept the healing that's already coming your way. Number one. Okay? All right. Hope that makes sense. Number one. Okay. Oops. All right, number two. With your doorway Lemurian, Phantom Lemurian. Let's get a look at your dragons. Number two, future self. Reconciliation with a friend. Roller coaster of emotions, surprises. The pink dragons, Lavelle, with love and honesty comes up here in this symbol. You can use this symbol to bring love and honesty, and the pink dragons coming in of emotions. There are surprises ahead. The U and V are some letters that are significant here. And you can draw that. Very easy. You can see them. What else for number two? Oh, I love this one. On target now. Something occurs to help you set new goals. A lot of peace and calm is here. The air dragons are here. Fafnir. Quiet victory. Hitting the bullseye, right? O and Q are important. So you're on target with something. And there's a reconciliation here as well. This is pretty interesting, hey? You actually have chosen the Witcher cards. These were a gift to me, and they are definitely different. They are silk finished. These are quite expensive, actually, these cards. That's where they're from. They're antonpix.com. I think it's an Etsy store. The Moonlight Workshop, made in Georgia. So they have a beautiful silk finishing. They are really nice, like, to feel. But anyway, you chose these cards, number 2. So we're going to see what your future self message is. And I thank you so much for being here, for following along. And make sure you comment, you know, what did you like about your reading? What would you like to see? What would you like to learn? Have you tried the free courses, right? Have you worked with me before? Have you had a reading with me? I don't know, whatever it is. Let's go. Number 2. Ooh, here we go. These are really bright and vibrant cards, so I like that. You might not be able to see all the cards, but okay. We're just going to have to do it this way. All right, what is your higher self saying? How beautiful. Do you always choose number 2? That one fell out, but I wasn't finished. I think I need one on the side here. Okay, sorry. That's just a bonus little card because I wanted to pull one more. All right, let's take a look here. What is your future self trying to tell you? Okay. Yes, I'm listening to some medieval tavern ambient music thing. Okay, I love it. It's perfect for this. All right. The message from your future self is to trust the new beginning. Trust the new beginning. I feel like this one, you see, these two are definitely interconnected here. You need to open your blockage towards your abilities a little bit more. So what happens to a lot of people is that they are frightened of their abilities. Something happened as a kid, or you don't want to have bad dreams, or you don't want to foresee anything terrible. I don't know why people have to suffer with their abilities. All you need to do is set a filter that you're only going to see the positive. You don't have to see negative stuff or sense them or be afraid, you know. Ask your angels, your guides, dragons, to reset your filter, to be focused on positivity and to be aware of things. Okay, fine, if you need to. If there's something that you need to be careful of, that you're aware of it, but you're not absorbing it all and taking it all on. There's no medals of honor for people in this business and just in life to be martyrs here. I'm taking on all the stuff. Oh, you don't need to do that. Okay, you have abilities here, and I mean everybody does. I always tell you that, but you have to unlock the magic a little bit more. Allow yourself to be a little more powerful with yourself here. I also just getting this message from the future that once you start to open up, things really do begin to shift around and change for you, and you become more, as I'm sort of looking at the high priestess here, you become more in direction, in the right direction. You can direct energy more clearly. Don't be afraid of ancient abilities. Don't be afraid of what you're going to see, what you're going to feel, what's going to happen for you, blah, 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 blah. Sometimes fears come up in the most unusual way. And if you want to start, I mean, you're already on this new journey, but if you want to kickstart it off, you need to focus on the positive voice, okay? Focus on the positive voice. You have a lot of talent, creative energy. Your future self is telling you that the people that you need are on the way, that there is a successful outcome to a problem that has been weighing heavily on your mind for some time. You also just needs to be careful, number 2, of a little bit of judgment. You see, that's another problem. People are so afraid of what other people are going to say about them. But why, it's like, are you going to go into a store and say, hey, I'm a psychic, I've got abilities, I'm an ancient healer, how are you today? Do you know what I mean? Like, we don't need to, the proof is in our being, right? I've always been open with all of you about my life and things about it. I'm no prude. I, have a few drinks every now and then. Sometimes drink too much every now and then, right? Just like anyone else, I jam out. I play my instrument. My husband and I can jam together. We sing, we carry on, we have fun. We bring the joy in. The frequency is high. We don't say, no, you can't do this and you can't do that and you can't do this and that. If you're hurting yourself, obviously you're not going to continue to hurt yourself, right? That's not part of just doing what you want in this life, because you're hurting yourself. If you're not hurting yourself or anybody else and you're enjoying yourself, hey, great, But if there's judgment that you're afraid of, okay, from somebody else, then you're judging them. You're judging their reaction. Instead, your future self is saying, hey, when you start to have less opinion about anything, anybody, what they're thinking, what they're doing, how they live, whether you like it, whether you don't like it, whether they're full of drama, whether they're not, what the neighbors are doing, what the neighbors are saying, what the friends are doing, what the friends are saying, who's on social media, who's out there, who isn't, who's at the top of their game, and how come, and God, why? Geez, they're so lucky, and it's not, whatever you're doing to yourself, hey, it's okay. We've all been there. But if you're focused on someone's judgment of you, you are already judging the situation, and your future self is saying, when you learn to turn that around and have instead an expectation of people loving you, okay? People being accepting of you, people being happy for you. And at the same time, you don't really care what they think anyway, because you're being you, right? You're being unique to who you are as a soul. When you do that, then you get the beautiful sun coming into your life solidly. The sun in a reading is always the most positive card, because it highlights, it shines, it amplifies, it brings a connection with the deeper aspects of who you are, and allowing that to come to the surface. Not listening to the BS mindset. You're not listening to the same old story that you're giving yourself or have done, right? The story of defeat. the story of competition, the story of jealousy, the story of judgment. The story is different with the sun shining into things. You have been hurt. You have been betrayed. You've had people who you thought were your greatest advocates turn around and stab you in the back. You've had people stab you in the back that you loved. You might have gone through a time in your life where, your family do all their nonsense as well. And as long as you're doing for the family, you're fine. But when you stand up for yourself, you're kicked out. These are all patterns of rejection of some kind. And your higher self or your future self tells you that it has no part in a prosperous future, has no part in a strong future, has no part in the future that you want, the stability that you want, the direction that you want. It has no part in it. It has no place in it. Right? And you know it. But all you have to do is again, adjust. Just make adjustments. Right? Judgment of the self, forgiveness of the self, strengthening the self, okay? Abundance for the self, healing for the self is a mindset that you adopt every single day. You cannot expect your life to be magnificent if it starts out shit every morning. Oh God, here we go. If you just be honest, and this is something that is really pushing through, that we really be honest with ourselves. Again, after all of these years of healing and teaching and guiding and sharing, the frustrations of being on all of these social platforms and just being overlooked. Now, you may say to yourself, oh, Becky's got this many people and she's got that many people. She must be making $1 million, Go look at how many views I get. And then look at someone else with a pick-a-pile reading and see how many they get. And tell me, who's being squashed. Now, is that going to last? No way. Because as I shift my vibration, okay, like I'm telling you to do, I can see where the patterns have failed me, where the wanting for change on this planet, I could want it as much as I want, but it's up to each individual to do it. Not for me to hold everybody's hand while we do it, you see? And that's a feeling of sadness for me, because obviously I want to help every single person or I wouldn't be doing this work. But if you adjust and you just alter some things about what you're doing and trust in your pathway, number 2, can break a lot of cycles and open yourself up into a world of change that you've been looking for all along. And all it took was to release the judgments of all kinds, as we've already talked about. Release those chains. Be honest with your secret thoughts. Is it serving you? Is it serving darkness? Does it bring up the shadow side all the time? Are you triggered? Again, every single soul, okay, is here for mastery. We master through practice. We master through honesty. We master through recalibrating. We master through our declarations, through our meditations, through calming our body and our energy. You have mastery. It begins now. Your higher self, your future self is already there. Why? Because you took those steps today. And again, I always offer help and support, free courses, or work with me personally. Get some clarity, okay? You're already very valuable on this planet. So step forward in your sovereignty a little more. We all have to do it. All right. So there we go, number 2. I hope that that was helpful to you. All right, number 2. Number 3, you got the Nefertari. You like the Egyptian stuff, huh? And you have the moonstone, the intuitive moonstone for your reading. Let's get some dragon sigils for you. Number 3. You got the doorway. Things are opening up. Those are shamanic symbols as well. And you got a protection card here. Protection from harassment can be used to escape unhealthy relationships. The Chaos Dragons, the Tad Ikam. The Chaos Dragons remove chaos. They don't cause chaos, they remove it. They love it. Send them out. They're black, not to be confused with black dragons, but they are black. And the Tad Ikam is the name of the grouping of dragons who are focused on removing chaos. Send them out in black smoke, all out through whatever it is that you're going through. Okay, use this, draw this symbol here. It's very easy. You can see how it's drawn. You can draw it your own way, make it your own, empower it, infuse it with crystals, whatever you want to do, but it helps. It really helps. Things are opening up for you anyway, so your reading is going to be interesting. Number 3. Okay, let's see what your future self has advice for you. Whether they're going to kick your butt, usually happens. What is taking place for number 3? The music's nice and lively for you. Probably get a copyright on it, even though it's just free music from YouTube. All right, number 3. Thanks so much for being here. Yes, I'm always going to shuffle the cards every single time because that's what a real reader does. Not these people who already have the cards laid out. Be careful of that crap. And if you're doing it, stop. It's not authentic. Okay. Oh gosh, you really need a shuffle. Hang on. Come on. Number 3. Oh yeah. So this is messages from your future self, okay? So I am going to interpret. Oh my gosh. I am interpreting in my way. Again, if you would like to do the tarot course, I'm going to be creating it in a subscription format. So it's cheaper. You get to get started and just pay a monthly subscription and get access to the entire course, which is very intensive, by the way, but it's all done online. Learn the right way. Okay, your higher self, your future self. Okay. Here we go. You have the doorway. Things are opening up. So you've already done some work related to your future and setting an intention. You also have, again, it was talking about protection. You have a lot of that here. We have Sobek here. Wow. Okay, just give me a moment. Sort of channeling in for you a little bit. Boy, number 3, there is a crown opening in your, your crown chakra is really active and open. Just make sure that you're keeping yourself in balance here a little bit, because things seem to me that they are going to speed up very, just happen. Everything's going to be happening at once for you, and you're going to have to keep yourself in balance, okay? Your future self is urging you to continue following the path that you created. The doorway obviously is opening up. The protection is there for you to do so. But what's going to happen is that once you set your intention on what it is that you want to do, possibly something with helping, with healing, with change, with shifting, look at this, okay? Once you decide what you're going to do, then it's going to pulse out. Look at that. Pulse out. And start sort of activating a lot of people. You have been very trapped for some time, perhaps in a relationship or a circumstance or a job. You do have some things that have caused you grief in your life as well, and stress. And you've internalized this anger or bitterness as well in some way or another. It may come out in your skin, it may come out in your liver, it may come out in your organs, it may come out in your face, it may come out in your words, but you've also implemented a lot of changes within yourself. So your future self is saying, hey, be patient with yourself right now, because you've activated a whole lot of things and it's going to be a little bit overwhelming. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to cope this time, right? There's something about you having a breakdown or really not being able to cope. Or maybe you tried to start a business before and it failed, and so you're a little bit afraid of history repeating itself. But at the same time, you've done a lot of opening, you've done a lot of work, you've done a lot of healing on yourself as well. And you have that ancient healer within, because you chose the Egyptian cards. So, you're connected. Egyptian healing is connected into all types of healing and into Lemuria and Atlantean energy as well, and beyond that, intergalactically, right? So you may have also a connection or a like of the stars, of astronomy, of astrology, of intergalactic stuff, of beings from other planets. You may be connected with this as well. But remember that you also need to make sure that you are grounded and that you are working on your own healing every day. There is also opportunities for you to go in in 2 different ways. It's what I'm feeling. And your future self said you're going to know the pathway that brings you the most joy. Sometimes the pathways that have joy in it also have a lot of loss, because not everybody is willing to go down that pathway as well. One day at a time is key. Something is being moved out of your way. An obstacle is being removed from your path. And And something where you were feeling unbalanced is also coming into balance here. So number 3, you've got some really positive forward movement here. I still feel there at this particular time, there's a little bit of negative energy still surrounding you. Perhaps you haven't completely dislodged from someone or something. Make sure that when you are sort of like asking for cords to clear or whatever, that you're asking for them to actually dissolve, and for those holes where those cords were, for those to be healed by the cosmic physicians and your spiritual light team. Something's still hanging on to you, or someone is still hanging around in your energy field. I also get a great sense of you needing to know that the money is already activated and nothing can stop it except for you. You've asked, now let go, and don't try to control how or an outcome, because you don't have as much energy at your fingertips as the universe does. Okay, let the universe work out ingenious ways to support and guide you, and your job is to make sure that you're positive, you're protected, you put your declarations in place every single day, and you work on niggling problems that you find that come up, and that you don't draw yourself towards drama of any kind, because then you get yourself attached again. So you might have dissolved yourself, then you start thinking about that person, the cord goes out to them again. You see, don't create a problem in your mind that doesn't need to be in your life at all. And we all have to work on these things. So everything I tell you in these card readings, these are things that I've had to do myself, right? As a soul, as a sovereign being of light, to focus on where you're going wrong and activate change. Be honest, don't let people's, don't carry people you don't like around with you, because that's what this is, right? It's a heaviness. And then you have a back issue, or your neck hurts, or your knees hurt, your knees blow out. You put on all this extra physical weight because you're carrying around all this energetic weight. And it's interesting, because there are people that I know that don't believe in any of this at all, and think as soon as someone is a healer or a reader or something, that there's some kind of wackadoo, and so they don't embrace it, because they don't understand what you're fully trying to do, right? And so we have people, unfortunately, that we know that won't help themselves, and it's really hard as a healer, as a guide, to have to not say anything, because it is not going to fall on ears that are listening. They're just going to keep on complaining, keep on saying they're old, keep on saying they're sick, keep on saying they're tired, keep on saying their knee hurts, or their back hurts, or their head hurts, or they're stressed at work. They're just going to keep on telling the story of their life and declaring it into their future. Because it's not just about what you're saying now, you're pushing it into a future. So you've activated a lot of changes within yourself. You're going to be surprised who sticks with you and who does not. Don't take it personally. Keep going anyway. In fact, all of us can learn to stop taking everything personally and remember how strong we are. Okay? Your future self is already in the highest place, in the most successful energy, wanting you to understand that what you're doing now is creating that future. Okay, you're already activating the future that you want. So adapt, disconnect, do the healing work, get clarity. If you want to do some work with me, hey, you know where I am. If you want to do some work on your own, hey, there's free courses. If you want to keep on being inspired, hey, there's all the videos, 4,000 plus here on YouTube. Plenty to choose from, right? Trust in yourself and your ability. Trust in yourself and your own wisdom, right? This may be validating something for you. Great. Do you have to have everything validated before you'll move on anything? Have a look at that. Dive deeper, right? Do you need to keep all these people around and keep them happy? Why? Dive deeper. If we limit ourselves just to one small group, we're never going to reach anybody. So, you're doing a good job. You're bringing your intentions to life. So, let's just adjust a little bit. And, you know, the future opens up for you. So, I hope that you enjoyed these messages. Leave a comment, or get talking about what you want to see, and be aware that there's a lot more that's coming and a lot more that you're able to achieve here, and opportunity is everywhere. Okay, sending you blessings. Bye for now.